And then when I tell you how many men I've slept with, your chest gonna hurt. Hello, beautiful people. So I went down this rabbit hole on TikTok, right? And I saw that there is an uptick. I don't know if it's an uptick or if this has been going on, and I've been in a relationship so long, so I haven't noticed that people are doing this much more. But there are so many guys on TikTok that are like walking around and interviewing girls, or even like making like TikToks referencing like a girl's body count. It seems to me that men are forgetting that they are whores, but then expecting to have a girl who is a Virgin Mary. I don't get it. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it today. I'm going to talk about how I feel about it. We're going to talk about it in the comments. This video came to my head because the last video that I did where we discussed like, can you forgive cheating, did really well, and we had really good conversation in the comments about like what a person, like what you guys would do if you were cheating. So I want to know, you ever had like a topic in your head that you're thinking about and you're like, damn, I wonder how everybody else feel about it. I wish that I was in like a Facebook group where we can just talk about it and we can just all share our opinions. I basically kind of have that with my subscribers, so we can have conversations as friends in the comments about how we feel about these hot topics. And if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, also put it in the comments, okay? Today's sponsor for this video is Beauty Forever Hair. Because this specific V-part wig has like brownish blonde highlights, I did something a little bit different with this hair. Because when you have brown blondish highlights, it is so easy for that particular hair to feel dry. Like it can feel dry because it's color hair. Like we all know that when we buy weave, when you buy black weave and it's unprocessed, untouched, that's easier to kind of maintain than it is for colored hair. So with this hair, first of all, I drenched it in water and leave-in conditioner. So water and leave-in conditioner, the purple bottle from Aussie is what I use. I use this on all my curly hair. The Cantu leave-in conditioning cream. And then I also use the Cantu Shea Butter Define and Shine Custard. So these two. I also use mousse, like curl defining mousse. And then I also use defining curl custard, Aunt Jackie's Ooh La La. You might think I'm being extra, but I don't want to have this hair in my head. You ever had curly hair in your head and then you like only put a little bit of product in it and then later on in the day when it starts drying up, it starts looking crusty? I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm going to make sure that my hair has plenty of product in it so that it lasts. I also felt like the hair was kind of one-dimensional, so I did take, some scissors and put layers in it. I don't know how to cut layers, but I just started cutting until I thought it was cute. And I feel like it made it look a little bit more fluffy, which is what I wanted with this hair. The goal always, especially when I wear curly hair, is for it to look like it could be my hair. And when I wear curly hair, everybody always asks me if this is my hair, especially my little white coworkers. But yeah, that is the goal, to have curly hair in your head that looks like your hair. V-part wigs are the best way to do that because they are super easy to install and they do not have tracks. So it's just net up here. So you know how like sometimes I have very fine hair. So like sometimes my real hair will separate, or like if the wind blows my hair the wrong way, you can see all of my tracks when I get my hair done. However, with a V-part wig, you can't because this is just black net. So if my real hair were to lift up for any reason, or because my hair is so fine, like it thins, it like spaces apart, you won't be able to see any tracks. It's still going to blend in seamlessly with my hair. And that is my most favorite part of having V-part wigs. So don't know if you guys want to see the coils close up or the color close up, but this is what the hair and the color looks like close up. it's like brown. And I'm so glad that it ended up being this brown color, because in the picture it looks more blonde than brown. And I feel like it would have been too harsh of a contrast between the black hair and like a super blonde color. I will say though, just so you guys know, that this hair, when it first came in, like these pieces up here were super blonde, and it wasn't blending with my hair because my hair is super black. So I did take like some black hair wax and pull it down on the pieces that were blonde from the root, so that the blend was better. So if you are interested in getting this hair, I would highly suggest that you do that so that the blend is better. The links to this hair will be in my description box. Thank you so much to Beauty Forever Hair for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into our discussion. So I feel like the men that are asking these questions are on two opposite ends of the spectrum. You either are a whore and you have no business asking a woman how many partners she's had, or two, you don't get pussy at all. And you also have no business asking a woman how many partners she's had. Because how many of you had? Because nobody will even look at you. But if we wanted to move, I'm sorry. I don't want to make my point by insulting people, but I just feel like this question is so childish, especially at our big ass age. Like, that's something that men in high school were asking me. I don't understand why, and some of these people may be children, but a lot of these men that I'm seeing that are asking these questions are grown ass men. I am 31 years old. I wish somebody would ask me, when we're just starting to date, what my body count is. The question comes at such an inappropriate time. At the point where we first start talking to each other, you should be asking me what my favorite color is, not how many men that I've slept with. I truly just don't understand. I feel like the question is super inappropriate, and it kind of goes in line with, you know how like we're turned off when like a man starts asking or bringing up sex too early. Like, dude, we're 1-2 dates in. I'm not saying it in a way like you got to make a man wait for a long time to have sex with you. We're grown. You can have sex with somebody on a first date if you want to. But if that's not what we're on, why are you asking me any sexual questions at all? You shouldn't be talking to me about sex prematurely, which means you also shouldn't be asking me about my body count prematurely. We're not on that. We've had one dinner, sir. That's not your business. And then when I tell you how many men I've slept with, your chest gonna hurt. Now, on the contrary, let's say we are at that part in our relationship, right? Where we are starting to speak about sex, if not already having sex. I still don't think that the body count question is an appropriate question. The more appropriate question is, how many men am I currently sleeping with? And am I safe? And can we go get tested? Do you have an STD? I feel like those questions are more appropriate than how many men have you slept with? Because why does that matter? What if I slept with 2 men a year since I was 18? Let me do some fucking math. All right, so I am 31 years old, right? Why am I saying right? Like, okay. 31 minus 18 is 13 years. There's 13 years between 18 and 31. Let's say I slept with 2 men a year up until I was 31. That's 26 men. Sleeping with 2 men a year is not a lot if you're safe and to me, I know that there are some people in here who are like, that is ridiculous. I would never do that. To me, if somebody told me that they slept with 2 men a year since they were 18 years old and they are now 31, to me, 26 men is not a crazy number at my age. But if you were just to tell somebody that you slept with 26 men, they would be like, you almost slept with 30 people? There's no like correlation of, this is how old you are, you've been single, you've been having fun. It's just a number. They're just like, oh my gosh, you slept with that many men. Why does that matter? I'm only sleeping with you right now. Do you want to be my man or not? You're also really probably asking this question for no reason, to stroke your ego, because most women are not going to be honest with you with how many men they slept with. And I'm just being real. And y'all, please don't get in these comments straight up lying like you have never heard of women lying about their body count, or you have never lied about your body count. This is a safe space. Usually, a girl significantly drops the amount of men or women that she slept with in order to be more appealing to a man. I feel like that's something that I used to do when I was younger, but now like I don't care. I do not care. One, I'm probably not gonna talk to you no more after you ask me that type of question anyway, because to me that is honestly like a turn off. That's just a turn off to me that you're even asking that question. And two, this is how many people I slept with. Now what? Do you know how many people you slept with while you out here asking these questions? Random. I just typed in on Google body count conversation. The first two questions that popped up, all I typed in was body count conversation. The first two questions that popped up says, what is a normal body count for a girl? What body count is too high for a girl? Like it says nothing about body count for men at all. Question, what is an acceptable body count for a woman? The answer, the average number of sexual partners in general is anywhere between 4 and 8. Let's see what the second question answer is. A study done by Superdrug found that for men and women, the ideal number of partners is around 7.5. Above 14 or 15 was too many, and below 2 or 3 were too low. Oh my God, and the question after that says, what do I do if my body count is too high? Get tested. That's all you have to do, because how many people you slept with should not matter to anyone. What should you do if your body count's too high? Make sure you don't have an STD. That's it. And honestly, also on the let's talk about the other side of this. Like not even just about men asking, for yourself. If you feel like your body count is too high, then slow down. But if you feel like it's too high because of other people, then you just need to reevaluate who you're talking to. For yourself, if you feel like you're giving your body away too much, because that is a real thing. Like I know that at my big ass age, I don't like calling nobody a hoe, but I do feel like you should watch who you're giving your energy to. Like you're exchanging energy with someone when you're having sex with them. And honestly, I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like this. I have had some sex with people. I have had sex with someone before who literally has the worst energy, and my whole like I felt off for a couple months after I had sex with that person, like off to the point where like I don't know how to explain it, because it wasn't a bad sexual encounter. Like when we had sex, it was actually good sex, but everything about my spirit after I had sex with that person was completely off. And I did not want to ever have sex with that person again. Not because it was bad sex, it actually was great. But my energy just fell off, and I didn't want anything to do with that person anymore. So if you personally feel like your body count is too high for yourself, then just slow down. Like it's not hard. Now if you got a little addiction, then you may want to go to rehab, senior rehab, but just slow down. I think my biggest thing with this question is asking that question. You're asking that question to put a value on a person, if that makes sense. And also, just to be fair, men are not the only people that do this. Women do ask this question as well. And to be honest, like it's a turn off. That's a turn off too. Like, why are you asking somebody what their body count is? To me, that question, it feels like you're asking that question to put value on that, to put value on that person. And when you ask someone that question, it probably kind of makes them freeze up, because you don't want to answer that question wrong. You want to answer it the right way. There's no right way to answer that question, because if I say a number that is too high for you in your head, then you already have in your head that I'm not valuable, that I'm not going to add anything to your life, because to you, I've slept with one too many people. And I don't think that's fair. You don't care that I'm educated. You don't care that I make my own money. You don't care that I'm successful, that I'm a good person to talk to, that I'm a nice person. Like, you don't care about any of that. Once you heard that I slept with more than 10 people, you've already put in your head that I am not valuable as a person, and don't want to speak to me anymore. And it's easy for me to say like, oh, so then I don't want to be with you no more. So I don't care. But as a society, if you have a number of partners that society as a whole feel is too much, then how do you find a partner that values you without lying to them about how many people you've been with? My question to you guys is, do you feel like you could be with a person and never know what their body count is? Or do you feel like that's something that you would need to know moving forward? I don't need to know anyone's body count. I can marry you and never know what your body count is. I'm more interested in your previous relationships and why those didn't work out, your pet peeves, stuff like that. I don't really care how many people you slept with. I genuinely don't. This is not me just saying this for this video. I genuinely do not care how many people someone has slept with because we are grown. Anyways, I am excited to hear what you guys think about this subject. So let's be in the comments. And just so you guys know, this is going to be a thing that I do from now on, that I'm going to record, edit, and post these videos like same day so that you can kind of have like a overview of what I look like right now. And when I'm writing you guys in the comments, you know that this is the setting that I'm in when I'm writing you guys in the comments. I just feel like it makes me feel closer to you guys. I don't know, I'm weird, but whatever. I'm excited to talk about this in the comments, and thank you for tuning into this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Yeah.